many mulches you can choose from that it could be a difficult decision for you. But if your first question is, should I mulch? The answer is easy. The answer is yes. I'm Suzanne, and today we're going to be talking about different kinds of mulches and how you should use them in your garden. So there are 4 main reasons why you would want to use mulch in your garden, and first and foremost is water conservation. It is proven that if you use mulch in your garden, you can save up to 30% on your water bill, so that is amazing. The second, and my personal favorite, is weed suppression. Nobody likes to weed, and if you have mulch, it is really going to help keep those weeds down. Third is to keep plants' roots cool in warm weather. And it's really going to strengthen the plant, so it's like a double reason, but keeping plants' roots cool is so important. And the last reason is to make your garden look finished. If you look at a photograph of a garden that you really admire, there is going to be mulch in some form, and it's going to make the garden look better. So now we're going to talk about the different kinds of mulches and why you might use them. One of them I don't have here. We don't actually sell this here, but it is decomposed granite, and it is a great kind of a mulch substitute for contemporary or modern gardens. It's really fun, and it can be used in walkways or as a patio fixture. It's really nice because it can let the water percolate down, and it really does help suppress weeds. Another one is small pebbles. These are another great thing if you have like a succulent garden, something a little bit more modern as well. But we're going to talk about how to use this in the next section, but pebbles are really, really fun, and you can do kind of like these dry riverbeds and things like that and mix it with the other kinds of mulch. You don't have to choose one kind of mulch for your garden. You can use just a bunch of different ones, and that's what I like to do. So we have the shredded redwood and the shredded cedar, which smells really good. They both smell fantastic, and you can just lay them down quite easily. 10, 15 bags of this is very light and very easy. You can just throw it around. Really nice to form a mat that's going to, again, help suppress those weeds, help conserve water. So nice, so easy, so finished. We also have the mini bark right here, which is my personal favorite. I love that it is tiny. For smaller gardens, it's really in proportion to everything. This is just really fabulous. Yeah, it breaks down a little bit quicker than its nice little sister bark here, which is the bigger bark. There is also the classic, just giant chunky bark. They're all really good. The larger a bark is, the slower it's gonna break down in your garden, so you won't have to replace it as often. These are both considered orchid barks, but this medium-sized bark is really, really nice, a little bit more updated. And then of course you can always use that big, old school chunky bark. It's really nice. It takes a long time to break down. These 3 mulches here are kind of a different kind of mulch. It's what you're going to use when you want to improve the soil or improve the health of your plant for one reason or another. If you have acid-loving plants, using this peat moss or acid planting mix is going to be great to add the acidity to your soil. You're going to just lay it on the ground just like your other mulches, but it's going to break down very quickly, get into that soil, and really help the plant. If it needs something, right down here in Southern California, we have super alkaline soil, and these are going to help the soil become more acidic. This over here is our absolute favorite. This is Malibu compost, and compost is a great mulch for your vegetable gardens or any plants, the soil, if you need to just boost it up a little bit, it's going to be great. Again, you can use it in combination with any of the other organic mulches here. And this here, tiny pebbles, you can use these from this size all the way up to larger, big rocks for a dry riverbed kind of look, for pathways, or if you have a succulent garden, something contemporary. It's really, really good to just add that certain ambiance. So now maybe you've chosen your mulch. We're going to talk about how to mulch. Mulching is done in a very specific way. You want to mulch 2 to 3 inches, no more, no less, and here's why. You want the mulch to stay on top of the soil, but you don't want it to be so difficult that you can't walk on it. For example, pebbles are very difficult to walk on if you have them too deep. The other important thing about mulching is never to touch the stem or the crown of the plant. You need to keep it about an inch away. So after you put down all your mulch, walk around, go around the plants and kind of scoot it back, because It's just not good for the mulch to really kind of suffocate the top of the plant. Really, really important. We've seen this in a lot of landscaping where they have beautiful mulching and then maybe plants are dying, but it's because the plants have too much mulch right at the top of the stem or the crown of the plant. After you have your mulch settled on your plants and you've taken it away from the stems or the crown of it, you're going to water. And watering is done just the same. It's going to percolate through here. If you need to fertilize with an organic granular fertilizer or even a liquid, it will work its way through the mulch. So don't worry about that. When you're watering, try and keep the water on the mulch as opposed to on the plants. It's always better to not have it splash up. If any diseases are there in the soil or the mulch, just make sure you water mulch, not the plant itself. If you do want to go around with the hose, put it right at the stem of the plant and put it right there. Again, it's going to percolate down, so it'll all work out. So I hope this helped you decide which mulch will be best for you. I'd love for you to come visit us here in the store or online at rogersgardens.com. We're at Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and of course on YouTube, where you can subscribe and see so many informative videos. Hope this all helps you, and we'll see you again soon.